Fame that they elected me to in Louisiana, political Hall of Fame, that don't mean nothing. But the crime fighters for fighting for victims means a lot. Now, there's a lot of 4 other guys out there running. I don't want to say too much about them, but they're running. And I appreciate them putting their testicles on the line and getting out there to run. Because this is America. If I won, I believe anybody could win. Knowing how I came here. Yeah, I started at $500 a month, 1976. And I worked my way through the ranks, just like this man's doing. Of course, he's making a better salary starting what I did. And I started at $38,000 a year as a sheriff. So we've come a long way, but with your help. I didn't have a fundraiser till my 14th year, when I had one of them lying on me, FBI investigation, all kind of other stuff. So I finally had a fundraiser. And I want to thank the committee that I had, several of them are here tonight, that helped me raise funds so that I could keep telling the public my message, just like Terry's going to do. Now, let me just say this. You know a lot of people. I believe there might be a second. Maybe he can win in the first. But I believe if there's a second, he's in that second, he's going to win. Because let me tell you one thing, I'm getting calls all over this parish. Who you going with? Who you going with? Well, hell, I made him my chief deputy. Who the hell you think I'm going with? So, there's a lot of guys out there running. In my opinion, they're running for that check. They're running for the check. Terry is just like me. He puts the office and you first. Now, I hate to say it, but boy, he's going to be gone a lot of times at nighttime if he's done what I did. Major crimes, you go out there to crime scenes. But I can tell you what, and I was telling a few others around here, I don't know too many in my office. There might be 1 or 2 that's not going with him. I guarantee you there's not a narcotics officer, there's not a detective that's not going with Terry. Terry's been through the ranks, just like I have. And I believe he's going to do a great job. Listen, that last administration, when I was going on vacation, the parish sent me home. Let me tell you one thing. We don't want somebody like that again. That was the worst election this parish ever had because there really wasn't anybody running. And we had to go with the lone dog from our office so that he wouldn't get rid of all your top people. And what did he do? He got rid of all his senior supervisors. I don't think Terry would do that. You need good police officers. They're not out there today. You got them out there promising, one guy's promising 50 deputies on the road. He got that kind of money in his personal bank account? Because we sure the hell don't have it. 20,000 people lost their jobs in the last 4 or 5 years. Where in the hell are you going to get the money? Sales tax is just starting to come up a little bit. Before the election, the tax election, I had 310 employees. Now I'm down to 260. Borrowed $5 million last year. We paid it back in January. Might have to borrow a little bit this year. But when I leave, I'm going to leave a surplus. But it ain't going to be enough to give raises. And it ain't going to be enough to hire a bunch of employees. But this man is going to keep what we have going. We have the lowest crime rate in the history of this parish. The lowest crime rate. The one murder we had this year is drug-related. One murder last year was drug-related. We're kicking ass. That jail in Ashland's full, over 700 people. And my damn fault they keep releasing them from the state. We arrest about 8,000 a year. We got about 6,000 arrests for the sheriff's office, and the next one to us might be the city or the state police with 600 arrests. I know what our office do. So what I'm saying is, if you're behind this man, get behind him. I mean, either put a sign, get your relatives, get anybody out there that you know to push this man. Because if you want the office to go in a different direction, like some of them are saying, oh, a new direction. New direction, my ass. What direction do you want to go in? If you want to maintain what you got, hopefully one day the economy gets better, where he can add more police officers out there. Look, we got officers that left us going to other states, other departments. I don't blame them. If the people didn't support him, they want to give him a little raise, well, you know, you do what you got to do for your family. But he stuck it out, and the rest of these guys out here and these gals out here stuck it out. So you're going to have to decide who you want as your sheriff. Do you want somebody that's loyal, dedicated, honest? You got to look at this guy right here. I've watched him his whole career. I've watched him. And I got a damn good, I put my office against anybody. And I don't think he's going to want to change that. Because I don't want him to be a one-termer. I want this guy to be here for our kids and grandkids. He's a young man. I was 33 when I got elected. I'm 43 now. But I've been there a long time. It'll be 44 years when I retired in law enforcement. Yeah, I think I earned my retirement. I don't care what anybody else thinks. And I hope he gets hit. Because he's going to help you. When I see this guy next to me talking to people, you see, I let people come talk to him so I can see what he's doing, how he's going to handle himself. He does it professionally. And when people leave, they call me and say, man, I don't know who that colonel was. I said, it's Colonel Terry Dick. He sure is nice, man. He listened to me, and he helped me out. But you know what? You can't help everybody. Unfortunately, they think you can. They think you can. You can't get their kids out of jail for murder to send them on a weekend pass. You can't do that. You got to tell them you can't do that. This politically correct is killing our country. We got Democrats fighting Republicans. Can't get nothing done. Now you got people on Facebook lying and everything else. But I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to be easy. My wife can tell you the calls we get at night. She can get ready. I'll tell you, Miss Terry can get ready because them calls are going to be coming. They come right now to him because he's our narcotics commander. He goes out on every major crime because he wants to. He don't have to. He can do like the other sheriff. After 5, send your phone calls back to the radio room. That's what he did for 4 years. That's a fact. That's a damn shame. For a major Super Bowl, he's out of town. I mean, you don't do that. I would never leave this parish for any major event. None. Now, I've started going to Punta Cana and Cancun and enjoying myself a little bit. Go look at the beach. Go look at the pretty scenery. But Terry, you ain't able to do that now. You'll be sheriff. So what I'm saying is, this is a serious job. Don't think for 1 minute that it's a glorified job. It's a very rewarding job to help victims. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to the reason y'all here. Not for me. It's going to be like I was the last time. Jerry who? But let me tell you, when you're out of office, unless you got good friends, and let me tell you one thing. My friends been my friends not only before I was in office, I made a lot of friends in office. And I will continue to have my friends, so y'all know who you are. But I want to introduce the man of the hour, and that's Terry Daigre. And I hope that he remembers that he is a police officer first. And I think he will. I don't think that title's going to go to his head. I don't think he's going to go buy a big old boat 40 feet long with 3 motors. If he does, I'm going to be the deckhand. But I'm coming. My Ron Reel's ready. So I hope he don't go out there and just hire 130 extra people, put them on the payroll. That's what ate up our damn budget. Man, look, people, y'all know what it's about with your own finances. Give me a frickin' break. When the manure hits the fan and they cut your budget, you got to make some decisions, and unfortunately, we have to make some decisions. But I'll be honest with you, and I want to thank Gordy Dove and the parish council realizing that we never had a tax to build a jail like Lafourche. They just built a big jail, passed the tax to operate it and build it and pay for it. We never did. We got 850 beds from 90 beds when I started to 850 adult beds with no tax. From about 20 guards to 120 guards. So, we still trucking along. We still kicking ass, kicking crime. And we want to continue doing that. And there's only one man, and that's Terry Daigre will continue it. Thank y'all. Yeah!
Thank you, Sheriff Larpenter. I want to start out by thanking everybody that showed up tonight. I want to thank my wife first and foremost. I couldn't have even started this, much less get through this without having her by my side. She's been very supportive so far, and I know she'll continue to do that. I want to thank everybody that came out and helped do this tonight, everybody that cooked, worked, or helped get this function going. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. As Sheriff Larpenter was telling y'all, I've been here through almost every division at the Sheriff's Office. He hired me 23 years ago. I started at what some people would refer to as starting at the bottom. I started working night shift in the jail. I don't consider it the bottom. That's where I started getting familiar with the criminal element, how they work, how they think. I left from there after I went through the academy. He put me in the Uniform Patrol Division. I stayed there for the next few years and started working my way up through the ranks. Worked my way up to lieutenant, earned the title of shift commander doing that job. From there, me and him battled a little bit. He put me in the detective bureau. It ain't where I wanted to be at the time. I thought I had the best job at the sheriff's office. But that man knew where I could better serve the public, and he told me that's where I was going. It didn't take me but a day in there to realize that he was right and I was wrong. That's where I belong. I spent the next 13 years as a detective working mostly violent crimes. That just seemed to be where I fit. I worked the homicides, the shootings, the stabbings. Not that they happen every day, but when they did happen, that's what I seem to have worked the most of. After that, he pulled me out of the detective bureau and he put me in administration back over the Uniform Patrol Division. Kind of cool. I was supervising the roots of where I came from. From there, he put me over the Narcotics Division. I worked there the next 3 years. It was very educational for me in multiple ways. I learned a lot coming from the background I did as an investigator going over there, chasing the same people just for a different reason. Not a lot of cops go through their career and get to work both of those different divisions. It's either one or the other for most. It was a blessing for me to be able to see both of them and see how they operate and know how they should operate together. Then in December this past year, he moved me up next to him. I actually swore in as the chief deputy in January of this year, but he gave me that title in December of last year. Just had to get through the holidays. So I've had a real diverse career through the sheriff's office. Worked in almost every division there, and now he's teaching me the budget to get me prepared for that. So the point of this transition to us is there should be no downtime. Like the sheriff said, crime stats are down. I know it, he knows it, we look at them daily. Crime stats are down from last year and down from the year before that. Like he said, 2 homicides between last year and this year so far. We wish there was none, but I think 2 is a pretty good deal for our population size. Going through that and teaching me the budget now, our plan is to where there's no downtime. We want to continue to serve Terrebonne Parish. We don't want there to be a lag in time. We don't want a new administrator coming in and having to figure out how the office works. Some of them are running for sheriff that couldn't find a bathroom inside the courthouse. So I know all the people there. Sheriff's office has about 250 employees right now. They have good employees. He has the right people in the right places. I'm not coming in to make a bunch of changes. I have no intention of that. I plan on keep going forward with the way the sheriff's office has been working. I want to serve the community like I've been serving the community. I want to continue forward with that. That's my game plan. So all the new vision and new direction, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know if people are Googling catchphrases for campaigns or where that comes from. But I believe the sheriff's office is going in the right direction, and we're going to continue down that same road. That's our game plan. I'm a public servant at heart. That's all I want to do. I want to serve the community, and I think the best place for me to serve it is in law enforcement, and I'm ready to serve it as your sheriff of Terrebonne Parish. I don't think it takes a bunch of description. I think I can say it like this. There's 5 people in this race because the fact that Sheriff Larpenter is retiring. There's no incumbent. That's when everybody comes out. Everybody with a hope and a dream, whether they're qualified or not. Not saying who is and who isn't, but that's when everybody with a dream of it's coming, when there's no incumbent. Man's been a very strong sheriff for a very long time. They see he's ready to retire. I didn't want him to retire, but I think he's earned the right to retire.
Yep.
And as I was saying, I want to continue moving this office forward. Continue down the same path we're on, staying up with technology and the new things and the new methods of solving crime. That's the way we're going to continue to handle things. We're going to continue to serve the public. And he might think he's just totally shutting it down, but I made a deal with Miss Priscilla. She's going to give me his new cell phone number, so I got a direct line of contact when I need it. Man's been there for a long time. Anybody that would want to come in and not be able to tap into that experience, you need to think about what they're really shooting for. Some people want the title of sheriff. I want the job. I want to do the job, and I want to serve y'all. I'll let the band get back to playing. I know that's what y'all want to hear. Thank y'all.